Coach, you talk so often about doing it by committee when you have all 5 starters in double figures and a season-high 34 assists. How much is that a reflection of doing it that way?
I thought it was great. I thought they did a good job trying to share the basketball. We might have overshared it a few times, having 17 turnovers for 28 points. But their ability to try to find the pass, that was big for our guys.
When Gary's playing the way that he's playing, knocking down shots, how much does he open up things for others, and how much is he the way he plays just the right brand of basketball, doing the right thing?
You're hitting it right on the head. He spaces the floor the right way. He sprints to corners. Defensively, he's getting after the basketball, and if there's nothing happening on the floor, he's finding the right time to cut. And those guys know how to find him on the floor. He just makes the right play, throughout the offensive sets.
The passing obviously was a big part of it. How much did the defense, kind of everyone working together defensively, kind of key some of that passing and key some of the offense, especially in that first quarter?
That first quarter was fun to watch. Our ability to get stops, rebound, and run. We were sharing it. We were moving it. Everybody was touching it. Obviously they were going to go on their run and pick up the defense a little bit, but I liked the way we came out, to hit first.
So in wins, you guys you hold the opponents to only 43 points in the paint per game. Tonight they scored a little bit more, 46, but should that be a goal going forward, kind of locking down the paint, considering how effective you guys have been record-wise?
Well, that's who we have to be. Protect the paint first, sprint out to, three-point shooters, understanding who we're closing out to. A lot of those paint points came in the fact that, our closeouts, getting guys off the lines, they kept attacking. They did a great job of moving the ball side to side, so credit to them for that. Again, we'll just continue to work on protecting the paint and sprinting out to get to shooters.
Coach, you've got about 2 weeks away from the trade deadline. I know you've got a lot going with this young group that you've got. So how do you as a coach and your coaching staff, quell that big elephant in the room that people might be thinking? Because, you're here now, but you may not be tomorrow.
Those are a lot of ifs and maybes. And that, we work in a business that we're in this moment right now. And so that's what we talk about these guys doing, focusing on the moment right now. When we're here, you're here. This game is this game. This practice is this practice. This moment is this moment. You can't control those things, and so you just have to be in the moment.
Jamal, you mentioned that the Pacers did go on their run, especially in that second. What were they doing, and what are you not seeing from you guys that allowed that to happen?
Credit to them. They turned up the defensive intensity. We turned it over a few times, got out on the break a little bit. The ball stuck a little bit for us, but that was because of their defensive intensity. And it'll be great to go back and look at the film and to see where we can make some adjustments, because I think that group, plays a good flow of basketball that we'll be able to, dissect it a little bit more.
I think there was one instance tonight, a couple times, other few nights where Paulo's been double teamed and he's just making, the skip pass. Just what does it say about him that as a rookie, halfway through his first season, he's able to dissect it so quickly?
Well, his teammates trust him, and, he trusts them to be in the right spot. And a lot of those passes are coming, skip passes to the corner. Obviously, we talk about our spacing. G was in the corner a couple times. I think he caught Franz in the corner one time. Just being able to find and see over the defense, understanding how they're playing them.
So you prefer not to lose a 17-point lead. It being the NBA, there's always the runs that teams take. But what does it say, or what does it say about what this team is learning and learning how to win, to be able to hold off Indiana and still get the win despite maybe giving up that big lead?
Just responding, and it's so cliche, but the game, it is a game of runs. They made theirs, we made ours, and just being able to hold it off for long enough. Again, credit to Indiana playing last night and then coming here and playing with the level of physicality and toughness that they did. Coach Carlisle has them playing. And so I think our guys just did a good job of, staying resilient, and not panicking in those moments.
Coach, your group's won 9 of its last 12 at home. For a growing young team, how important is it to continue to defend home court, and how good have the fans been here at Amway Center?
The fans have been fantastic. We say it a ton, but I don't know that we give them enough credit. The way they fuel us, the energy in the building, I just, they give us so much energy, and our guys are understanding how important it is to continue to play hard every night and then defend at a high level.
Gary, your group had a season-high 34 assists tonight, all 5 starters in double figures. Your group often talks about doing it by committee. How much of that was a product of doing it that way?
Coaches say that to us, every day, by committee. Any night, it could be anybody's night. But once we get stops defensively and share the ball, we can be a very good team. So we just have to stay locked in and continue to, hang our hats on the defensive end, and so we can get stops and run, and that's when the ball flows.
Gary, season high for you, and it's probably your best shooting game of the season, definitely. What would you attest to that? As you being more comfortable, just kind of healthier now, or just overall, just the chemistry of the team?
Just, the way we play. I was able to find some shots early. My teammates did a good job of finding me, and I was able to step up with confidence and knock them down. And when the ball moves, we had a season high assist today. So when, excuse me, I got some water. But like with the season high of assists, when the ball's popping, we got to step up and hit our shots with confidence. That's what Coach always says, and, that's what I did tonight.
We always talk about how the defense kind of feeds the offense. How much did kind of the start defensively, especially, feed this team offensively and kind of get you guys into that team mindset?
I think it was huge. We came out with the energy that we needed. I know we didn't sustain it going into that second quarter, but we locked back in the second half, and if we continue to play with that energy and that level of locked-in-ness with each other, communicating, we could be a very good defensive team. And especially with, J.I. coming back, he makes everything easier on the defensive end. I know he played a short amount of time, but we could be very special defensively.
And Gary, Melissa Thomas with Florida National News. Kind of piggybacking off of that, how does it feel to have this many members of the team healthy and kind of have that extra depth on the bench?
Oh, man, it feels great. We've dealt with a lot of injuries, and that's part of the game. But, like Coach says, it's always by committee, next man up. But it definitely feels good to, to have bodies, healthy bodies, and seeing everybody get back and get that chemistry going. Yeah.
Gary, tomorrow marks 3 years since Kobe passed away. Do you have any memories about him, or do you remember where you were? You were one of the few people on the team that has played alongside him, or in the league while he's been in the league. So.
Man, no, just I remember just playing against Kobe. Just even that farewell tour, and just having the opportunity to play against a legend like that. It's something, I'm going to be able to tell my kids about. So, rest in peace. He means a lot to, all of us. He inspired all of us to, to play the game of basketball. So, it's definitely going to be a tough day for a lot of us, especially remembering that. But, I have a lot of great memories of growing up watching Kobe and then having the chance to be able to play against him.
Yeah, Gary, 6 of 6 3-point shooting. Did you feel like all of those shots were like within the rhythm of the game? Is that why? You weren't like necessarily looking for threes, but they all came. You had good looks.
I was looking for some threes for sure, but they definitely came in the rhythm of the game. We did a great job moving the ball, like you said. Season high of assists. We do a good job of sharing, and I was able to knock them down today.
Gary, kind of on the front of sharing the ball, how do you feel like this team's grown collectively as a passing team from the start of the season to now?
A lot. We just follow Wendell's lead, honestly.
Oh God.
No, for real. He's a huge, anchor to what we do, and us continue to come together. Learn to win together. It's been fun, and just staying locked in together is that's what it's all about.
Wendell, your group's won 9 of its last 12 games at home. For a young team, how important is it to continue to defend home court, and how helpful has the Amway Center faithful been for you guys here recently?
Defense is going to have to be on our identity for us to get into the playoffs. That's kind of our push right now. That's where everybody's mindset is. Defending home court is going to be huge for us. Especially as a young team, I think that's a great advantage to have as a unit, as an organization, to know that when teams come into the Amway Center, it's going to be a dogfight. So it's good to go ahead and start to establish that identity. So, eventually when we get into the playoffs at some point, it's going to be tough to come play at the Amway Center.
I know it's awkward talking about Gary with him, sitting right next to you. Yeah. But when he's playing the way he's playing, he's in the lineup, playing the right way. How much does he open up the game for the rest of you guys in the starting lineup?
Man, G is a guy who just plays the game the right way. It's a guy you can rely on both ends of the court. He's going to take open shots, take great shots. Defensively, he's going to give it his all. He's out, more than likely he's going to be guarding their best guard. So, that's someone that we can rely on both ends of the court. And, he's a hell of a shot maker. So, that's G. Everybody knows G.
Appreciate the gas.
Wendell, how critical was kind of the defensive start to kind of supercharging that offense? I mean, you guys 47 points in the first quarter. How much did the tone start on the defensive end to kind of feed that offense?
That was a goal of ours going into this game. To establish an identity on the defensive end early and allow that to fuel our offense. I know we had a little bit of a slippage in the second and third quarters, but in the quarters that mattered, in my opinion, late in the game, down the stretch, we got the necessary stops, limited them to one shot. I think we did a really good job of that down the stretch, and on the other end, we just made shots when they mattered.
Just kind of for both of you guys, to kind of take the run that the Pacers gave after that hot start and really kind of control this game, never trail. What does that say about the maturity of this team and how you guys are as a group are learning how to win together?
I just think we're growing every day. We're learning. We know we're not going to play perfect. You're going to make mistakes, but as long as we're not making the same mistakes and continue to learn from them and being able to adjust on the fly, that's what it's all about. Because, everybody has a game plan, but they have a game plan against us. So, sometimes they do things differently, or, someone gets hot, or, we might just lose focus. But for us to lock back in and, to hold it down, and like Wendell said, to hold down home court, I mean, that's what it's all about. So it's definitely been fun, especially for me, to just watching us grow each and every game. You can see the confidence, especially down when teams make that run. We know what to do, so we go out there and execute.
Wendell, you seem to be extra motivated anytime you play Chicago. Got them coming up on Saturday.
Yeah.
Can you speak on that?
Yeah, I'm going to do my thing against them. It's just a game within a game I like to play with myself. With the 82-game season, I just try to find ways to motivate myself each night. So anytime we play Chicago, it's always a extra juice to the game. But at the end of the day, it's just another game I feel like we have to win as we're trying to get into that playoff run.
Wendell, asked this question for Gary when you were walking in, but tomorrow marks 3 years since Kobe passed away. So what do you have any favorite Kobe memories or anything that you want to share to us or the fans?
No, unfortunately, I wasn't never able to share the court with him. But he's one of my favorite players. I wasn't a guard, so I didn't try to mimic his game in any way. But he was just one of those guys that it's a once in a generation talent. He has so many quotes, so many things that he did as a basketball player that you can mimic. His hard work, his dedication, his mental aspect of the game. Kobe had pretty much everything a basketball player wants, and going into another year of losing him, it's going to be tough for the basketball world. But it just shows how much appreciation we have for him at the same time.
For either of you, at this point in the season is generally around when rookies might hit that rookie wall or so. Another 20-point game for Paolo. Just what have you guys seen?
He's not going to hit no rookie wall.
He's not no normal rookie.
Yeah, he ain't no
he
rookie.
Ain't normal at all.
Where have you guys just kind of beginning of the season until now?
Just everything. He's hungry. He wants to be great. He's willing to learn. He wants to be coached. He's taking it all on the fly, and he's 20 years old, so this is a lot for him. And halfway through the season, me personally, I've never seen anybody come into the league like he's coming to the league. Just how locked in, focused, how mature he is, and he's gonna be special. He already is special. He's special.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Kind of on that note, I think you overheard this, me talking to Paul about this, but the way he's been able to dissect double teams, especially the last few games, he doesn't turn the ball over a lot. He's very quick with it. Just how rare do you guys think that is for a rookie for him to be able to pick apart defenses in those situations?
I've never seen a rookie like him with my own eyes, personally. That's just the kid's amazing.
Yeah.
He's good. How calm he is with the double team. He's like a seasoned vet out there handling the double team. So it's been fun to watch. Fun to be on the same court with him, share the court with him.
What does it say about him that teams are, actively sending them regularly? A guy who's only played 41, 42 games in his career.
He's great. Shit, that's what you gotta do against great players. You gotta double them. Shoot, and he just gets the game of basketball. He's not a selfish guy. You know, when the double comes, he knows, you know, to give it up. But at the same time, like we're at our best when he's aggressive, and he understands that, and he understands that, you know, a lot of weight is on him as him being the number 1 pick, and but he's so calm and collective when he's out there, and I mean, I don't know, I ain't really got nothing else more to say. That's it.